Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Yes, I know I didn't upload a video yesterday. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna get back on track. Just been busy at work, had a bachelor party to go to, and had a little bit of recovery time to, we'll just say, heal up. So that happened. But I'm back, ready to go, and today you guys are going to get another Forces Collide video. And the Greens have yet to win a Forces Collide video. One of the problems with this is that I'm not a patient player, so generally I'm either not alive at the end or we steamrolled them. I mean, maybe we didn't even steamroll them, but just for like me to be the last one alive against the very last red guy, it doesn't happen that much. It's hard to find a Forces Collide game. But I got one here for you today, and we're actually going to start out with the red tank. Neko Gecko, or Nico Gecko, in his VK101P on Nomonhan. He decides to go across the field to the south flank. And to me, this is a terrible push unless the opposing team meets you at this corner. Now, in my opinion, the opposing team should just sit on the E-line ridge, maybe drop some guys down the one line, but pretty much let you drive around the corner into a crossfire and then just eat you up and swallow you up for dinner. My team doesn't do that. They actually meet them at the corner, and that is going to cause the team a lot of problems. So he's just working this corner. He's using the rocks to cover up his lower plate. The VK101P is an absolute monster. I loved this tank. I didn't keep it, but the turret on this thing is awesome. I like the hull. The lower plate obviously has a weak point, but if you're making micro movements, it's really hard. So he's not getting a ton of shots here, but he is kind of just holding the corner, and then as the Greens pull out, he will make them pay. And like I said before, if the Greens would just back up and let these guys push into them, rather than pushing into the red team, then they would probably fare a little bit better, but they choose not to, and they're slowly dwindling, losing their advantage. He's only got penned once. He has 4 penetrations himself, and misses that shot, bounces another shot, and then he's getting a little bit more aggressive on the corner here. Finds a shot right there, takes down that tank. Now there's an IS-3, and that IS-3 should be able to dig in. And it just kind of feels like that IS-3 was dug in quite well, but his teammates weren't patient enough, so slowly but surely he lost his teammates, so now he's left to fare by himself. So the IS-3 uses the dead corpse of the Minuteman. Smartly so. He gets Nico to bounce off the gun of the Minuteman, and he gets a nice shot into the side. I don't know if that's skill or luck, but he barely had like a window to get a shot into the side of Nico there, and he ends up getting it in. So he pushes on. One tank left to go on this flank. Just an Udaz back there. Scouts got him lit up. Now remember, this is replay mode, so it doesn't really give a great... I mean, obviously, Nico isn't aiming 12 feet above the Udaz. So he puts the finishing touch on the Udaz, and it is down 4v3. We're going to speed it up, because if there's one thing the VK101P can't do, it's get anywhere fast. Alright, so let's speed this up. See if Nico can get back in time to save the day. And to me, this is the most frustrating part about playing super heavies. So you've been frontline on the choke the whole time, and you're in a close match. Your teammates run ahead, and then when they end up dying, you're left to fight 3 tanks by yourself. And that is usually not a good outcome. But Nico's not scared. He knows how to play his VK. He's shown us that already. Alright, so as he approaches the action, it is 3-3. He's going to come over and look for a shot into this T-29. Can he get one in? No, he misses his shot. The T-29 pulls out. The T-20, I'm sorry. Alright, so there's a pesky little atomic over here. Shot his buddy in the side, so he's going to come up and try to put some pressure on him. There's the atomic. It skirts by, but not fast enough. Nico puts a shell into him. He loses Japan 2. And we're in a 2v2 situation here. What is it? Oh, this is a nice treat. A heavy tank drives out broadside. Can't ask for much more there. Well, now his T-29 is dead, so he's in a 2v1 situation. Now the atomic is a one-shot, so if he can put him down, he'll only have to worry about this heavy tank that continually parks out sideways. Okay, now the Kirovitz gets its armor around, but it is still... He's looking down into the Kirovitz, so that really neutralizes that thing's armor. The one thing that they do have over him is the mobility, and he definitely wants to keep it in a corridor battle, so being up here by these rocks is actually a really good spot for him. Now he loses sight of both of them. Where could they have gone? Let's see, I'm just gonna pull over this. See if we can find him. Oh, the atomic's on his right, but he's gonna ignore the atomic. Missed a shot in the Kirovitz, and let's jump into my gameplay here. Now, one of the cool things about this replay too is I get to fight 2 of my clanmates, and there are 2 clanmates that I don't really play with too often. I played with them a few times, but nonetheless, they're still in my clan, so it's always cool to find your clanmates on the battlefield and really just put it to the test. So, I am the yin to Nico's yang as he goes across the southern field and takes that flank. I'm going to try to go across the north field and try to take this flank. We got Japan 2, we got a mutant, got a VK. Definitely don't want to get shot by that Japan 2, that'll hurt quite a bit. That VK is crossing. I'm trying to find a shot into him. I just can't get it. The mutant's just sitting there. That's still a tough pen from this distance. The atomic has a nice rate of fire, but it is not the most accurate over long distance. Trying to get a shot into the cheeks of the J-Pan 2. Unfortunately, not going to be able to slide that one in. And the VK stops, although I think my shell dips anyways. And we have not been on point at all. So we get our track taken off by the VK. Pen in there. I just got to put this turret to work. This turret is amazing. Alright, so the VK is nice enough to park out in the middle of the open for me, so I get a shot into him. J-Pan 2 is crossing, and I didn't realize why until all of a sudden the silhouette of the head of the mutant comes over. Realizing then he was just trying to back up the mutant, which is pretty cool. Not a lot of tank destroyer players do that. And here we go for a top cap shot. With head tipped back, it's not an easy pen. So I probably should have just shot at the cheek there, but I didn't. So now we're gonna go for a cheek shot. It looks like he is wiggly, so that's gonna under. Okay, so I just decided to go for a top cap shot. And now that was tipped down a little bit more, you see, so I got to shoot down into his top cap. Where when he leans up, it's difficult to get that shot in, so that time I just shoot his cheek. I'm looking for a shot. My team is flanking them, which is good, so I'm going to put a little bit more pressure on this mutant, shoot the snow. That cheek. And now he is switched to HE shells to make my life hell. So he broke my gun, and knowing that, I am going to try to do some evasive maneuvers because I do not want to lose my gun again. This gun is already inaccurate more than I like. So to break the gun, it makes it pretty wretched to play. Try to get a top cap shot. Once again, it's leaned back too far, but I didn't have a cheek shot, so I figured I'd just throw it out there, see if I can get it to stick. And I'm gonna creep up here, look for a shot. Okay, so I see the Type 59. I just throw a snapshot over there, and that could cost me wasting some APCRs. Don't need APCRs. I shoot the snow again. My accuracy is way off here. Fuel tank of the Type 59, and that is huge. Definitely loving that. See if we can light him on fire. Okay, so the mutant's still shooting HE. You can hear the sizzle as it bounces off my turret. And just looking for a shoulder shot. There we go. Shut him down. Now the Type 59. See if we can get his track too. No, he's not going to expose his track. We'll get a shot into the front plate. At this point, I'm just like, how are we tied? Like, felt like we were short-handed over here, and we are just working these ridge lines to try to get rid of the reds. I know I only have one kill. I have 11 pens, so I've been doing some work. And to me, the other side of the map is so defensible, I just didn't understand how we lost it. But obviously, after being able to see the replay, I understand how we lost it. Alright, so I didn't realize that the Type 59 had gone over to shoot my flank, so we get a shot into his track because I can't hit any of the penetrating shots. And now it's just the three of us. We have lost our whole other flank. I'd like to take that Type 59 out, but not at the expense of a Scorpion G shell. Like, that does not sound fun at all. And I'm targeted, so I'm thinking that the Type 59 is looking for a shot in me. So I have the hit point battle on him, and he actually had turned around to try to get away, but too bad, Tiberia, I got you. Now we're down to the 3v3. I know there's Scorp G out there, the VK101P. They're two big, dangerous guns. And the T-29, of course, is not a slouch either. So got a lot of work ahead of us. I'm hoping that their VK-101P is just not going to participate in the fight and just be far away. Obviously, you've already seen the replay on his end, so you already know what's coming. But chase down, find the Scorpion G. He does get away. Shoot the snow again. And then I put HE in here. And as I go to chase even more, I find a T-29. And I don't want to fight a T-29 and a Scorpion G by myself. So I'm hoping that my team will come help me. If not, I'm going to bring them over this ridge so that way my team has to help me. Or they can get shot, whatever they want to do. But at least I'm not going to go 2v1 against these guys. I'm going to try to flank them. Hopefully they take the bait and they come over that ridge line. Just buying time for their VK-101P. We're gonna sneak around. Sure enough, the T-29 took the bait. So we come over, we're gonna get a shot into the side of him. He's a 2-shot for me. And there's the VK. But at this point, I just want to take out guns. So if I can take the T... Are you kidding me, Scorpion G drives all the way over the rock. So he hit me. Probably a good play on his part, but... he also is paying for it, so hopefully we can shut him down. Our T-20 is dead. At this point, I'm just like, this Kirovitz should not let our Scorp G get away. Let their Scorp G get away, so I just need to go get him. Unfortunately, I take the VK-101P shell, but we shut down the Scorp G, and I have a full health Kirovitz with me, so we're not out of this. As long as I can avoid some shots here and just be a pest, we can pull this off. So the T-29 comes over, and I can't get my gun down. He's looking for the Kirovitz, so I'm able to just sneak over, expose my hull, get a shot, and see if I can slip a shell in here. Nope, it raises my gun up too high, and I shoot him in the side of the turret, and his turret is angled awkwardly. But I get another shot into him, and I don't know if he shot at my Kirovitz yet or not, so as long as he's not looking at me, I'll try to poke at him, but if he is focused on me, and he's got to be now, he backed up to make sure that he could isolate the battle between him and I, rather than letting the Kirovitz get involved. So we all go dark, and what I want to do is try to flank him. If I were him, I'd stay up in those rocks, and hopefully be able to just isolate one or the other. So I'm going to skip around. Oh, nope, there he is. And I think he's going to be going for me, but then since he never targets me, and thank God he didn't, because I was way more exposed than I thought. Missed that shot in the back of his head. Is that gonna cost me the game? How is this Kirovitz not doing anything to him? All right, so he shuts the Kirovitz down, and this is where I make a really bad play. I should, in hindsight, probably just go attack him. Once he starts pushing on my Kirovitz, I could have got onto his side, maybe get a few shots into him before he can get his turret back around or even reload his gun. Game over, set, match, but I didn't do it. So now I got the long ball. So this is, to me, a distance game. He's going to beat me in a corridor. I'm going to beat him in a distance game. But the Atomic, like I said before, doesn't have the accuracy at long range. And the VK-101P has very nice armor, so I have to find the side of his tank. If I can't get the side of his tank, it's going to be really difficult to get a penetrating shot. I do have 2 APCRs left. I was hoping that I can make them to fly true. Alright, so just to make sure that he didn't head north, I'm going to throw my binos up here. See if we can find him. No luck. Alright. So if I were him, I'm thinking I'd probably head to Cap, but I don't know if I want to be out in the open as a VK hunter to 1P either. I feel like that would definitely be like too exposed. So I guess it depends on his equipment that he's running or the crew that he's got in there.
The enemy is capturing the base.
And sure enough, he lets me know where he's at. Not a terrible play because I could just run for days and days. Alright, so we got the side, and he turns towards me. He's not sure. You see he's not sure. And I thought he was going to keep turning, but he actually stopped and turned back towards me. And I get spotted because I shot and my camo went off my tank. So it's unfortunate. Now he can just angle his tank towards me and there's nothing I can do. I'll have to like try to land prayer shots. So I'm going to sneak around and hopefully get his side. I feel like I have plenty of time left. Just gotta be patient. Now if I can catch him totally sideways, I might be able to bum rush him too, like just come flying off the hill. And unfortunately I get spotted. And I shoot my second APCR, not fully aimed, pretty wildly, and that was a big mistake. So at this point, I feel like I have to try to get a reset at least to just force it to the timer. Now it's going to be the timer, and since we're on encounter, I don't think there's a tiebreaker. Like, I think that there's the first tiebreaker of tanks, but since we're in a 1v1, there isn't one for damage. Alright, so we gotta make some quick moves. So I'm going to rush across the middle. Hopefully he doesn't spot me. And then I want to try to get his side. Now I spot him there, but I don't have a really good shot on him because he's in the low ground, and I'm in the low ground, so I can't see over. And we're running out of time. We're down to a minute. It's not over yet. I just need to catch that flank, get 2 shells in, maybe 3. Yeah, I think I might need 3 shells for that. Unless I can get a couple, like, magnificent ones. I think I fart around too much right there. Like, why am I trying to go for that shot? Not to mention now he knows where I am. Unless it dipped into the snow, which I don't think it did, but I'm not 100% sure. Down to 30 seconds. I've wasted way too much time. How is this ever going to end? So I send a GG. If I don't have a shot right here, then I am not going to be able to win the game. Hoping that he's not looking at me, and since I'm spotted, well, I kind of figure that he is. But he wasn't looking at me quite yet, so if I just rushed over that, I would have at least had 1 shell in. Maybe he misses a snapshot, I get the second shot in. Unfortunately, it ends in a draw. That's right. So I'm getting closer to the win. Green team's getting closer to the win rather than losing. I got a draw this time. Pretty intense battle at the end. Not so much like fist fight intense, but just on ice. A chess match. I'm trying to keep it long range. He's just trying to keep me in sight. And he's got enough hit points and armor to make it happen. I lollygag a little bit too much, and that cost me the game, I think. But we both have nice games. Both go over 4K. I send him a GG and just let him know that was a really sweet game. Even though it ended in a draw, I kind of wussed out. I should have just charged in, seen what happened. But I didn't want to let that game be a loss. Alright, I'll quit babbling. That's all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.